Sean, first, it's always great to see you, man. You look fantastic. But more
Uh,
importantly, you have the distinction, sir, of being my first Christmas holiday interview
Woo!
for 2022. The funniest thing is, as we speak, man, I've already seen like maybe 3 or 4 Christmas commercials. And of course, you go into stores like Walmart and Costco, the Christmas stuff is getting bigger and
Yes.
bigger and bigger. It's almost like and as I have to say, on the Women's Network, the Hallmark Christmas movies have already begun. So you know the holiday season is already here, even though it's
Absolutely.
not officially here, man. I love
Absolutely.
this.
Oh,
And
dude.
you're a big reason for all this too, man, if you really think about it, because of what we're gonna talk about.
Yes. Well, dude. Well, listen, I love speaking with you, Rudy. We don't talk enough, man. I'm telling you. And what you do and the way that you support artists is just unbelievable. I will always say that. I have so much respect for you, and I thank you so much for the time that you give me. Like, honestly, I am honored, and it is a true blessing. In terms of Christmas, bro, like as soon as Thanksgiving is over, there before Thanksgiving is over, they're ready. Like they're waiting.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving Monday, it's done. Boom, tinsel. Let's put up the mistletoe. Let's go. Oh, like yeah. So that just happens. And yes, absolutely, I am bringing the Christmas spirit in October because man, I'm putting on a show in December, bro. I am putting on a show for the masses.
I can. Okay, look, we're going to talk about this in a second, but before we go into that,
Yes.
we need to talk something. We need to talk about something that happened recently that was historic,
Yes.
and it had to do with the return of an R&B group that you were part of, and it was actually part of a show that was put together basically by one of the greatest Toronto artists of all time. It was legendary, and it happened at a place. The name of the place said it all, you know? For folks who may have forgotten, I don't know how they could have forgotten because everybody was trying to get in. Hell, I couldn't get a ticket.
Uh
Talk about what happened, man, because what a great experience. And we talked about this part happening for a long, long time.
Yeah, I honestly never thought that it was going to happen. Like, honestly, it was a real surprise when Drew phoned me up and said, "Hey, uh, Drake would like us to perform at this concert that he's throwing. He wants us to come back together." And I was like, "What?" Like, honestly,
I wish I was there for that conversation.
I was like, because I had gotten the text and I was like, oh, he wants to talk. Okay, cool. And then he like laid it on me, and I was just like, ah. He's like, do you want to do it? And I was like, if you can get everybody together, sure. I mean, Touch was in Dubai. Like he was in Dubai. That's where he is. That's where he lives. That's where he like works and does music. So I was like, are you going to be able to get everyone together? Anyways, we ended up getting everybody together. We had a week to prepare this thing. We got back into,
Wow.
oh yeah, it was a week. We did 3 rehearsals. We had choreographed. It was nuts. I'm in my basement doing this again. I'm sweating. My my legs are hurting because I haven't like danced like that in like really, really long time. But we put it together and we got to the show, saw Drake, hailed him up, thanked him, all that stuff. And then Drew did a set like right before we came out. And he's like, we haven't been together in a while. I want to bring out my boys. And we walked out on that stage and the crowd just erupted.
Wow.
And it was touching just from that moment alone. That was just touching. And then the music started for You'll Never Find, and we just rocked the routine. We killed the song. It was an amazing, amazing night. The love from the crowd, and just it was a pure love fest. I mean, all the artists that were there, from Julie to Glenn Lewis to Socrates to the Rascals, like it was just a crazy, beautiful night. And Glenn said something that was really, really poignant. He's like, back in the '90s, you're fighting and you're trying to get ahead, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and you're pushing forward so much that you don't realize the impact that you're having. And it's only on nights like these that you realize, wow, we actually made an impact in Canadian music. Like people remembered us. We actually did something special. And it was just an amazing, amazing night. I can't thank Drake enough for that, for bringing all of us together and celebrating Canadian talent because, that story really, and he says it, paved the way for him and for the weekend and for others that came. Like we really did pave that road. So yeah, what a special.
I keep saying over and over because I've talking to some other people about this too, and I keep saying over and over again. Super Bowl had their hip hop halftime show.
Yeah.
This should be our CFL
Right.
halftime
Yeah.
show. Some
Yeah.
kind of version of it should
Yeah.
happen. The other thing that stood out for me too, as amazing as everybody was, there were three acts that a lot of people talked about.
Mhm.
It was yours, you guys getting together because nobody believed that was going to happen. Nelly Furtado
Yeah.
getting up on that stage,
Yeah.
and the one everybody I think is still talking about, Sean Desmond,
Oh
who
yeah.
now is back on tour, and in fact, he just sold out his first venue too.
Right.
Like, what? Would you? What was that like to see these people coming up there and resonating, not just for old school,
Yeah.
but for new school as well, who are now popping up on their, TikTok that never existed back then,
Yeah.
and going, "Who is this person? Who are these people?" Like, wow.
Well, it just speaks to the power of the music and how great this music is and how great these artists are, right? Uh, I I don't want to get down on the record labels in this country per se,
Mhm.
but the the level of talent that came out of Toronto, that is still coming out of Toronto.
Yes.
Um, you know, thankfully, you've got Drake and you've got The Weeknd who managed to break out and become like the massive stars that they deserve to be. But there were so many others in the 90s and 2000s that deserved that same level of success. And unfortunately, we just don't have the machine here that understands how to do that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it still kind of exists. We're getting better, but we still need to go to the States, unfortunately, in order to get that level of success that everybody is always looking for, right? And I hope one day that it changes. I really do, because we have so much talent here. And like you said, I mean, even the Sean Desmonds and the Nelly Furtados and the Keisha Shantaes, like they're still resonating. The talent is still there. It's undeniable. We just need a machine that can help take it to the rest of the world. Yeah.
I got one more question, and we're gonna get to why I've got this on and I've got all this behind me. What was What was it like backstage? Because I've seen pictures. I saw Avril Lavigne was there too, and just the way people were, just being around each other. It looked so cool. If there was anything, I wished I was back there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was, like I said, it was a huge love fest. Like it was just everybody. Like people hadn't seen anybody in years. I had not seen. Um, I mean, I hadn't even seen some of the guys that in like. Give me one second, baby. Sorry, my daughter.
That's okay. Daughters
I,
come first.
absolutely. I hadn't seen some of the guys in 10 years. Like
Wow.
literally, like my guys, the guys from In Essence, like literally I had not seen them in 10 years. And so to see everybody else that we hadn't seen in sometimes over 15 years, it was incredible just to be in the room and everybody was laughing and just having a good time and really just watching the show and watching everyone perform. It was a beautiful night. Like I left there with my heart full. I really, really did. And I don't know how many events that I've gone to that I could actually say that. Like my heart was full when I left there that night, just beaming. My smile was just huge for days after that. And so
I, I,
I hope it happens again. Like I hope, like you said, I think that's a show that can be toured, to be honest with you, across
yeah.
Canada. I really do. So if anyone's listening and can put that together, I think that's an idea.
You know, I think one of the three most important things that have happened for, if you want to call it black music, R&B music, whatever, has been Julie Black Walk of Fame, this show, and Deborah Cox Hall of Fame. I
Yeah,
think
man.
those are the three significant moments that have happened in the last 12 months, and I hope it keeps going. But another significant moment is going to be happening too, and it has to do with the holiday season, and it has to do with you, sir. What
Yes.
is happening very, very soon to celebrate, one of the best times of the year?
Yes, December 11th. It's a matinee show, Sunday, December 11th at 3:30. I have put together an amazing concert. It will be at Kerner Hall, which is the one of the most beautiful, best sounding venues in the city. I have put together a show with Jackie Richardson, legendary Jackie Richardson, Juno Award winner Divine Brown, myself, a 10-piece band, and a 16-piece orchestra, the Toronto Concert Orchestra. And
Wow.
we are going to throw down a Christmas concert, soul-based, R&B based Christmas concert like you have never heard before. Renditions that are new that you will not have heard, but will have you just swooning and swaying and want to get up and dance to. Like I'm telling you, musically, this show is going to be unbelievable, unbelievable. And so I'm extremely excited about it. Something like this hasn't happened literally in probably, I don't know, 20 years. I can't remember a time when someone has done this. And so I'm really hoping that my folks from Casa Loma and everybody else who has supported me will come out to this amazing show because it will be one for the books for sure.
Now, are you going to be doing any original Christmas songs yourself, sir?
I do have an original Christmas song, Christmas You Won't Forget, absolutely, and that will be 100% in the set list. But this is like a lot of, your standard Christmas songs, but not sung in your standard way.
No.
There's gonna be I remixed Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and it is sexy, baby. It is. It's a whole new meaning on this one, I'm telling you.
I love the idea of doing it as a matinee because now folks can get up, they can go have a nice breakfast with the family out downtown, cruise in on this, go pick up a couple of candy canes or whatever else, sit down, because they won't be sitting down for a long time, but sit down and as soon as the music kicks. Every time I've been to any of your shows, people don't sit. At some point in time, somebody stands up and starts dancing in their seat, and suddenly everybody else is. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this show. Like honestly, like just the musicians that are going to be playing and the artists like Jackie is just
Yeah.
there's nothing you can say about Jackie, and Divine equally just has these levels, these gears that she's like, you're like, wow, that's amazing. You can't think that she's going to go any further, and then she goes another gear, and then you're like, this, and you're like, okay, that's got to be it, and then she just takes it to some other level, and it's just like, man,
Wow.
that's why she's a star. That's why people love her, right? And I feel like I've got the right crew of people to create an amazing experience, and I really want people to come out, and part of this as well is about soul and R&B music in this country, because many people have said, from managers to agents to heads of record labels, have said that R&B music, soul music doesn't work in this country. It doesn't sell in this country. And Rudy, you have seen that
Yes.
the 6 years that I was at Casa Loma with 1,000 people showing up every Monday night to hear soul and R&B music, I think it works. I think it sells. And so I'm also trying to dispel this myth. I really, really am. And so, if you're listening right now, this isn't just about me. This isn't just about Jackie. This isn't just about this concert. This is about the the overarching, idea that soul music can sell, and we need to support it, because if we can pull this off, then other acts, other artists can tour across this country and know that there will be support. Other corporations can actually sponsor those artists and these events because they know that there's an audience that will be coming out. We need to dispel this myth. And it starts here, and I am putting everything forward. I'm risking it all, but I feel like it's a calculated risk. I've put all the things in place to, like, yeah, I don't know, man, but I'm really excited to do it. Really excited.
Okay, so how do we get our tickets? How does it all work?
You can go to SeanJonesMusic.com, and there is a link there that will take you to the Kerner Hall site where you can buy your tickets, or you can just go to the Kerner Hall site and you'll find Sean Jones. Holiday Soul is the name of the concert. Yeah, it's real simple. Like I said, SeanJonesMusic.com. That's the easiest way. Head to my website. And Sunday, December 11th, 3:30. This is a show for your mom, for your dad, for your cousins, for your uncles, for your grandma, for your grandfather, for your kids. Like, this is a show that you bring out everybody to. Everybody. Because everyone deserves to see it, and everyone will love it because the music is universal. Everybody loves Christmas. Everybody does.
I will be there. Cannot wait for this. Sean, always great speaking with you. Congratulations on the reunion. Congratulations on the show. And I know we're going to be talking again soon because I already know you. You probably just recorded new music. You ain't saying nothing about it yet. I know it's going to be coming out soon.
Can I tell you something real quickly? To be honest with you, this has been the longest amount of time where I actually haven't even recorded anything. I haven't thought about music, about new music per se. I haven't had any ideas in my head. And, part of it is, I'll get serious for a second because I'm always smiling. I'm always, people always see this guy. But the state of the music industry is not great, and a lot of people don't understand that. They're on Spotify, they're spinning these tunes, but they don't understand that the artists aren't getting any money. And in fact, Spotify is trying to make the royalty rate even less, so that the artists get even less money. I mean, I don't even know what the fraction is of a cent that we get every time our music plays. If you want to get played anything big or get on like release radars and this and that, if you're not with a label, you need to pay money. So payola is happening all over the place. It's just the new age of it. So yes. A lot of artists are a little disappointed in that. It's not inspiring. And so for a while now, like, I've stepped back and kind of just been like, yeah, I'm not really sure like what it is that I want to do, but I've put my energy into this concert and this show. And hopefully that will spark something, you know what I mean, come like next year. But I just want people to understand that that the state of the music industry is not great right now. It really isn't. And it's really, really hard for artists. Really hard. And there's a reason why, concert tickets are $400 to $500 for a ticket. And that's because artists aren't making the money on their records anymore. And so if big artists are having to do that, can you imagine the smaller artists that are trying to just put on a show? You think it's easy to tour? Tour what? When it's crazy, man. Anyways, I just want to get serious just for a second and let people understand that.
No, and you're absolutely right too. And something I want to add to that too. So whenever somebody is saying, "Hey, I got 1 million spins on Spotify," it's not the same as an artist back in the day when vinyl was out.
No.
Saying I got 1 million sold or whatever.
No.
That was a different thing, and that was a different kind of money coming back to you.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right. 1 million spins is nothing. It's nothing. And no disrespect to the artist, but because of the structure of how it's being done these days, 1 million spins.
And the amount of work and time and money it takes to get that 1 million spins, it's not nothing, but at the same time, it's kind of like, man, you get $5,000, I think, or somewhere along those lines, if you get 1 million spins. That's if you own the song. If you own the actual master, that's the money you're getting. If you just wrote the song, yeah, you're not getting that kind of money. You're getting, a check for a couple $100, depending on how much you wrote. So like I said, I just want people to understand how hard it is. And so if you see ticket prices, please support these artists in any way that you possibly can. Share share their Instagram page, share their Facebook page. If they put out a song, share it. If you like it, share it. Don't just stream it and think, oh well, whatever. They need your help. We need your help. And I'm talking from someone who's been in the game now for 25 years. Like I was talking to you earlier, Rudy, at this point in my career, um, there's got to be more of a purpose than me just putting out music just to put out music.
Truth.
I do love music, and I will always continue to make it. Sooner or later, a song's going to pop into my head. I'm going to have to sit down at a keyboard and be like, okay, I need to plan this out. But there's got to be a purpose in it. And for me, it's about creating a landscape that's far, far better for the artist. And for me, because I'm an R&B and I'm a soul artist, I want to create a much better atmosphere for my fellow peers that are working hard and the younger artists that are coming up. I want to give them a shot. I want to give them a stage. I want to give them an opportunity to present their music. And that's why, the show at Casa Loma was so important. And yes, it's gone right now, but I'm coming back with something different. Trust me, that concept is not over. It is not over. I am going to work my ass off to provide an opportunity and a stage for artists to come and share their music, because there is so much talent, not only in the city, but in this country. And I refuse to just let it go. I refuse.
Amen to everything that you said, and you've always got my support,
I
my
know,
friend.
bro, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Rudy.
No, thank you for this interview, and like I said, I will be there at the show.
Yes,
Promise you, probably
yes.
holding the biggest candy cane you've ever seen in your life. Cannot wait, man.
Perfect. Amazing.